Electronics. So in this video, we are going to see the syllabus of HAL recruitment. So there is a recruitment happening for the post of design trainee and management trainee technical. So a lot of people has actually applied for it and are waiting to give the exam for this recruitment. We have already uploaded a video for the selection process, the important areas, the division of questions, the mark division and all. That video we have separate uploaded. And I'll be posting that link of the video in description. So if you have not seen that video, please do watch that video. In that video, I've explained regarding which all topics you have to cover and what is going to be the division of questions for various topics and what is the total selection process, what is the weightage for the final selection, and also the important dates I have included in that video. Okay. In this video, I'm going to tell you which all areas you have to study from these topics. Okay. So if you are going to write the exam of HAL, you should know that there will be questions from general awareness, there will be questions from English and reasoning, and also from your respective technical subject. There is no mentioning of quantitative aptitude or aptitude in the notification regarding the selection process. So if you are going to attend the exam, you have to cover these all areas: general awareness, English and reasoning, and your respective technical subject. Whichever branch you are belonging to, that specific branch questions will be there. Okay. Also, what is the division of questions, what is the mark, all I have explained in the video. Okay, please do watch that video, you'll get a very good idea. Okay, so a lot of people was asking me to do the video on syllabus. So here it is. In this video we are going to see the syllabus. Okay, so let us move on to the video. The first area you have to cover is general awareness. There will be 20 questions from this general awareness area. And the important topics I have included from general awareness is this. First one, Indian Constitution, history, culture, important financial and economic news, science, invention and discoveries, politics, economic science, current events, geography, books and authors, sports and games, awards and honors, important days, current affairs and national, that is current affairs national and international, countries and capitals. Then organizations, international and national organizations, science and technology, science, inventions and discoveries, Indian national movement, sports, abbreviations, general policy, Indian history, capitals of India, Indian economy. Okay, so these all areas I have included from the section called general awareness. There is going to be 20 questions coming from the general awareness area. So the general awareness is not just general awareness, but it is general awareness plus current affairs. Okay, current events or current affairs. Also Indian history, all these things you have to cover. So if you study at least this much of topics, you will get more than 10 questions. Okay, so try to cover at least this much of area. We know that general awareness is a vast area or a vast section. So you may not cover all these sections within this limited time because the exam is going to happen on the first or second week of April. So the exam is very nearby. So at least try to cover all these areas. Okay. So this is the important areas you have to cover from the general awareness section. Next one, English and reasoning. As we have discussed, there is no mentioning of aptitude or quantitative aptitude in this notification in the selection process. So you have to cover English and reasoning. Both analytical and verbal reasoning you have to cover. Okay. First, let us see the topics from English subject. First one is antonyms, then essay writing. Essay writing means you will be given a paragraph, big paragraph. You have to answer the questions from that essay, okay, or the paragraph. Then synonym, fill in the blanks, idioms and phrases, comprehension, drafting, English grammar, vocabulary, precise writing. Then odd man out. All these things you have to cover. So in odd man out, you have to actually find the word which is not coming under the same meaning. And also apart from this, you have to also study the section called finding the errors. That is you'll be given a sentence. In that sentence, you have to find which word is wrong or which word is error. Okay, you have to find the error and you have to replace the word. Okay, so these are that type of questions you can face from the English subject. Next section is reasoning. First one, numbers and ages. pipes and cisterns, simplification approximation, then greater than, lesser than, blood relations. So blood relation means you will be given like the relation between two persons in a family in a twisted way. You have to find what is the exact relation, what is the name of that relationship. Then verbal reasoning and analytical reasoning, both are important. Data interpretation, number systems or number series, coding and decoding, this area is very important. Input and output devices, ratio and proportion, simplification, problems on ages. Again, the age will be given in a twisted way. You have to find out what will be the current age or what will be the age in that particular period. Okay, again, the questions will be given in a twisted way. Okay, you have to find the what is the end age coming. Okay, these type of questions you can face. Okay, next, moving on to the most important section of this video, which is the syllabus from electronic subjects. So this is actually applicable for ECE branch and EI branch and also AAA branch. But some other subjects also you have to include if you're preparing for the AAA branch. But for ECE and EI branch, you have to study at least this much of subjects and this much of topics from those subjects. Okay. Let us move on to more to the subject. First one I've included is digital circuits. Whichever subject I have felt like it is more important, I've tried to include in the beginning. Likewise, I have arranged. Okay. First subject is digital circuits. From digital circuits, you have to study Boolean simplification, logic gate simplification, then binary operations, that is binary number operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, number systems. All the number systems are important. Binary, octal, decimal, hexadecimal, all those are important. Then mux, demux, encoder, decoder, gray converter. This much of topics is very, very important. At least you can face 2-3 questions minimum from these areas. Boolean simplification, logic gate simplifications are actually very important. Some logic gate connection will be given to you. You have to find the result of that circuit. What will be coming as the end result of the circuit connection. These type of questions you can face. Also Boolean simplification. Some Boolean expressions will be given to you. You have to simplify the expression and find the result. Okay. Next topic is flip-flop. Then adders and counters, K-map, state machines. At least you should study the concepts of state machines. Melee type machine and move type machine. Then ADC, DAC, problems can come from this area. Then PLA, memories, various type of memories, RAM, ROM, SRAM, DRAM, all these are very important. Okay. So at least try to study this much of topics from digital circuits. So if you want to write down, you can write down and start your preparation. Okay. So that is the topics that I have included from digital circuits. Next is analog circuit, again a very important subject. But I would say that digital is more important than analog because more questions you can face from digital and also you have more scope of scoring in digital. Okay. Now analog circuit, the questions can be little bit twisted type, maybe sometimes also it will be difficult. Okay. So the first area is clipper and clamper. Problem only you have to answer or sometimes theory. Mostly what I have seen is some waveforms will be given to you and they'll be asking that if this waveform is given to a clipper or a clamper, the circuit will be also given to you. What will be the end waveform? The options will be various waveforms. You have to pick out the various, that is the correct waveform. Okay. So that is the type of questions mostly I have seen in this area. Clipper, clamper, theory and problems. Okay. Then amplifiers, oscillator, multivibrator, Schmidt trigger. So we all know that this 4 areas are very, very important. Problems and theory both can come from these 4 areas. Amplifier, oscillator, multivibrator and Schmidt trigger. Okay. So if you see the channel, there is separate videos for the quick revision of these topics. And also for digital circuit also there is quick revision videos for various areas. That is, if you take flip-flops, all the flip-flops I've covered in one video. That is a quick revision video. Okay. Also all gates I have covered in another video. Likewise, I have done quick revision videos rather than taking every topic and spending more time on it. Okay. So again, you can find various quick revision videos on these topics. Then op-amp, Cara and problems. Okay. Op-amp is actually very important area. Op-amp, both theory, that is the ideal characteristics of op-amp, that is characteristics of ideal op-amp, and the problems. Problems related to op-amp also, it can be sometimes difficult also, but try to cover 2-3 questions. You will get an idea. Okay. Next, BJT, FET, MOSFET, filters. All these sessions also very important. Next one, communication. I have included both analog and digital communication together. So I have only included the very important topics from this total communication session. So I'll tell you the questions, that is tell you the areas: AM, PM, FM, amplitude modulation, frequency modulation, phase modulation, its basics, and also some twisted questions related to the modulation index or the amplitude or power. All these are important. Then double sideband suppressed carrier, single sideband suppressed carrier. I won't say numericals, but theory at least you should be studying. Okay. Then AM related equations, the most important equations are the equations connected to power and also modulation index. Okay, power equations and related problems. I would say not just power, but modulation index related questions also can come. Okay, then questions from FM and PM, again problematic questions. Then super heterodyne receiver, its problems and concepts. Then TDMA, FDMA, that is multiple access techniques, CDMA, WCDMA, OFDMA. So these questions are also theory questions. No, sometimes there will be questions related to the bit rate of either TDMA or FDMA, but not more than that. Okay, mostly theory questions only. Then various shift keying methods, which are ASK, PSK, FSK, its data rates and concepts. Random variables, these are actually coming under digital communication. Okay, random variable, power spectral density. Then ITC, ITC is actually a separate subject. So ITC, the codes and problems related to codings or codes. So ITC is very important. Then error correction. Then also I've included optical and satellite communication basics here. Okay. So since this organization is not an organization related to space or something, you have to only cover the basics, optical and satellite communication basics. Okay. So these all areas I've included from communication section. Okay. Next, the next subject that I've included is network theory. From network theory, mostly you can expect problematic questions only. So a network will be given to you. You have to solve for either current or voltage or resistance in any particular branch, or finding the value of a component that is in the network. So this type of questions mostly you can expect. And the most important areas that you have to cover are network theorems. All the theorems are important. Thevenin's, Norton, superposition, Millman's, maximum power transfer. All these theorems are important. There is a separate playlist for network theory. All the theorems are being made as separate videos. Okay. That is not theory of theorems, but the problems of theorems. Okay. So next session is resistor problems, circuit problems, then KCL, KVL problems, network analysis, nodal analysis, analysis of first and second order systems. Okay, so the network theory playlist I would suggest you strongly, because all these areas I have covered as separate videos. Okay, next subject is semiconductor theory and EDC. I have combined these two subjects together, that is electronic devices and circuits and semiconductor theory. Okay, so in the beginning of EDC, we'll be studying the semiconductor theory, right? So you have to study the properties of semiconductors, the characteristics, intrinsic and extrinsic semiconductors, mass action law, the problems on finding the number of electrons, holes, type of semiconductor, N-type, P-type, then Zener diode problems and tunnel diode. Zener diode is actually a very important area. Both numerical questions and theory questions can come. Zener as a voltage regulator, the properties of Zener diode, all these are very important. Properties actually I've included as a separate topic. That is a separate point I've included. Next, BJT, MOSFET, FET, JFET. Problems connected with these devices. There is a various factors of these devices, current, voltage, all these. Next is half wave and full wave rectifier. And from this you have to study power equations, voltage equations, and most important is ripple factor. Ripple factor of these rectifiers are very, very important. These are actually some constant values, but it is coming repeatedly in all competitive examinations. Okay. So this subject, Semiconductor Theory and EDC, is again very important, and again there is a separate playlist created for this subject. Next, control systems. Control systems also, there will be theory questions and problematic questions can also be there, connected with transfer functions and all, right? So first topic is open loop and closed loop control system, transfer function related problems, stability conditions, Bode plot, polar plot basics. Basics only you have to study, okay, because this is like big questions. Then block diagram and signal flow graph problems, system modeling, electrical and mechanical system modeling, stability analysis, theory questions you can expect from this area, jury stability test and Routh-Hurwitz criterion, then Nyquist stability condition, controller compensator, state space modeling, small problems related to it. Okay, because the exam is a BTech level examination, control system subject is also very important. If this exam was a diploma level exam, then control system is not so important, but here it is important. Okay, so all these topics we have uploaded as separate videos in the control system playlist. Next subject is electronic measurements and instrumentation, EMI. So from this subject you have to cover the topics resistor problems, tolerance of the resistors, finding the value of tolerance or the error related problems. Then capacitor and inductor related problems, instruments, various instruments, their properties and characteristics, PMMC, permanent magnet moving coil instruments, their basics, then various type of transducers, their working principles, CRO DSO theory, ammeter, voltmeter problems and also theory. Then energy meters, single phase and three phase. Next one, thermistor, RTD, thermocouple, strain gauge, LVDT. These are actually various type of instruments, transducers and instruments. So this subject actually deals with mostly theory and also some problems. Problems won't be very difficult, but small problems only. Okay. Next, signals and systems. I only included the most important areas from signals and systems. First topic I've included is basic signals. All the signals you have to study, their equations also. Okay. Then signal properties and the waveforms, DFT, DTFT and Fourier transform and its analysis, signal operations and processing, then transforms. Okay. So these are the most important areas. Only this I have included and only this much is sufficient. Next, EMFT, microwave and antenna, also radar. All these subjects together I have included. Okay. So first one is EMFT. From EMFT, you have to study basic wave properties, then types of waves, plane wave, sky wave, their properties, refraction, reflection, all these are important. Then waveguides and transmission lines. Numerical questions you can expect from this area. Then klystron TWT, this is actually from microwave subject. Then from antenna, you have to study the properties of various antennas and also the types and the problems related to the power, transmission and length of antennas. Okay. So these all areas you have to study from the antenna subject. Also the types of antennas you have to study. Okay. And also another important thing which I have not written here, but the radiation patterns. So either they will be giving the radiation pattern name, because we know that various radiation patterns has various name, donut shape, end fire. These type of various names are there, right, for radiation patterns. And the questions will be, which of the given antenna will be having this type of radiation pattern, or it can be in reverse. This particular antenna is having which type of radiation pattern. This is also very important. Next one, radar range equation and types. Numerical questions can also come from the range equation, okay, and also the power equation. So these all areas you have to study from EMFT, microwave, antenna and radar. Next one, networking and switching theory. Networking means here computer network, okay. So from computer network, only basic topics I have included. That much is sufficient, okay. Computer network, LAN, MAN, WAN, WLAN. Then various models, TCP/IP model, OSI model. Then protocols, IP protocol version 4, version 6. Theory concepts you have to study. then congestion control and error control mechanisms. And also try to cover the packet switching, circuit switching concepts also. Okay. So these all areas you have to study from the computer networking and switching theory subject. Next subject which I've included is microcontroller and processor. Actually, if you see the BTech syllabus, there is 8051 microcontroller and 8085 processor is also there, right? So various syllabus, like various universities have various controllers included. So whichever controller you are studying, try to cover all the important areas of that controller. And also I would suggest you to gather some information from 8051 and 8085 also. Okay, both are important. So what all things you have to study are register, general purpose and special purpose registers, then instructions, only the important instruction set is actually very big. You cannot study all the instructions at this time, so try to study the important instructions. Then memory allocations, various memory allocations for various sessions, how the memory allocation is done. Then interrupt service routine, context switching, pushing, popping, all these things. Also, if you could do some small assembly coding snippets also, that is very good. Okay, so these all areas you have to study as must from the microcontroller and processor area. Okay, so that's all about the electronic subject topics, that is the syllabus. So we have seen all important subjects that you must study for this examination. Okay, so only I have included the most important and must study topics and subjects. The other subjects I have not included. But if you see, the entire syllabus is very important and you cannot actually cover all the subjects, right? All the syllabus of a subject you cannot cover. So I have included only the important topics from each and every subject. Okay, at least this much of topics you have to cover before attending the exam. So I'm really hoping that you found the video useful. If yes, please do give it a thumbs up. Also share with your friends. And if you want more videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching and keep on watching.